Welcome to Ageless Ambitions. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Rita Robinson, and I want to personally welcome you and also ask you to do me a big favor. Would you please like and subscribe? Because we want you to be able to get notification whenever we're having one of our podcasts. And for those of you who have already subscribed, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. And if you would do me another favor, tell somebody about Ageless Ambitions. Ageless Ambitions is a podcast. Is actually it deals with a specific group of people. Some of you call them elderly. Some of you call them old people, but I call them people living their very best life and staying relevant. That's what this podcast is about. There's some wonderful people who have been interviewed, and I want to suggest that you go back and look at their interview, because I'm telling you, they are amazing. And we're going to have some future interviews coming up. But today, we're doing something a little bit different. I have had people comment asking about me. So today, we are going to have a very special lady who has been interviewed. You got to go back and see her interview because it was amazing. Her name is Cassandra Small. And today, Cassandra is going to interview me. Cassandra.
Hi, Rita.
Hey, sweetie. So good to see you. And we're going to switch chairs because the interview seat is over here. It is so good to see you.
Good to see you too, Rita.
I tell you, I appreciate you doing this. I had so many people comment and even call me and say, Rita, we'd like to know some things about you.
Well,
And I'm like, oh, I don't know what that means, but one of the people, my friend Alice, she recommended that I be interviewed. So our audience will know, some things about me, questions they may have, and hopefully we're going to cover them all today. But if we don't, I'm asking you now to come back and complete the interview.
I will absolutely do it.
Okay.
Welcome,
awesome.
everyone. And I think you're in for an exciting podcast today because Rita Robinson is an exciting human being. I've had the privilege of knowing her for years. And yeah, we've been friends a while.
A while.
So, firstly, Rita, I just want to get a sense of, from reading the bio that you gave me, I know that you were born in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Yes.
and raised in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. But you noted that when you moved to San Antonio in 1980, that's when you started your life.
Yes, that's when I started my life.
Tell me, what brought you to San Antonio?
Well, unfortunately, I was going through a divorce, a very bitter divorce, and my mother was living here. My mother was living here with her husband, and so when you have when you're in a dark place, a down place, mm-hmm. It's nothing like having your mother around you.
Yes.
As I'm sure you have been aware, I know you were very close with your father, so
yes.
You can understand. I needed my mother, and she lived in San Antonio, Texas, and so I packed up my clothes and a black and white TV, got in my car, and drove to Texas.
Wow.
And once I got here, my life started. And the reason I say that is because I was somebody's wife, somebody's mother, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister. I was not doing so much the things that I wanted to do. I was kind of living for other people.
Everybody else.
Everybody else. And when I moved to San Antonio, it just changed my life. It gave me a new zeal in my life, and things started to happen.
Sounds like you were able to kind of reinvent yourself.
Yes.
Based off of your template this time,
Yes.
instead of other people.
Exactly. That's a good description.
That sounds really exciting. I recall that I met you through your hairstyling business, but just kind of lay out for me where you started a business and how you grew that.
Okay. When I first got to San Antonio, I worked I worked for corporate for a couple of years, and then I decided that that was not working for me. That was not working for me, but I still had to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was able to do is go to school for cosmetology, and I was going not so much to do hair. I was going because I wanted to learn how to do my hair and how to do my son's hair. But that was the reason I was going, and to get out the house. And so, but when I got there and started to learn,
Mm-hmm.
I found out that I had a gift. I actually had a gift, and not only did I have a gift, I loved what I was doing. I actually have a passion for doing hair. And shortly after that, after I got out of school, I worked probably about 6 months, and I worked for some people that I kind of thought, if they opened up a salon, I can open up a salon. That's all I'm going to say about
All
that.
right.
But I opened up what was called Rita's Hairstyling.
Okay.
And I worked it for about 5 years. I loved it every single day. I loved it even more. And then one day, believe it or not, I heard the Holy Spirit say to me, I want you to move. And I was like, no, get thee behind me, Satan. I just moved out an apartment to
Right.
another apartment. No, I'm not doing that. But then I realized that it wasn't the apartment that he wanted me to move from. He wanted me to expand my business.
Okay.
And so I went from 4 stylists to on Walsham Road to 20 people working for me. And I'm telling you, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I went over there with me and God, and all of a sudden people just started coming. And I was able to expand the business to, we ended up having 6 hairstylists,
Okay.
like 8 barbers. No, it was 6 barbers, 8 hairstylists, and 6 nail techs. We had a masseuse and a facialist, an esthetician.
Wow.
And so we were kind of like before our time.
Yes.
Yeah, we were kind of like before our time because you could go in and get more than one service. And so we had to really work the business, grow it. And then while doing that, I realized I wanted to do something else. Not totally, but something else in my field. And that's when I went back to school and became a cosmetology instructor.
Wow.
Yes.
That's an incredible
Yeah.
story. So we're talking about a period of maybe, 8 years
Yes.
from when you got out of school to
Mhm.
when you were running this business with
Exactly.
20 employees.
Yes.
Wow. That says a
true.
lot. That says a lot.
And thank you for pointing that out, because it was just about 8 years that I was able to do those things. And so I downsized
Mhm.
and started to teach. Started teaching, and my first place of teaching was Paul Mitchell University. And then I came back to hair for a little while, and I missed teaching. So I went to Milan School of Beauty, and I worked there about 3 or 4 years, and then I was missing the hair again. And so I went back to hair, but once again I missed teaching.
Right.
And so I went to the University of Cosmetology, Arts and Science, and I worked there for about close to 4 years. And recently, October 12th, last year, I retired. I actually retired.
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 No, Rita, don't play the joke on me like I was tired yesterday, I'm tired again today, so I'm retired. Yeah, because I know you're not going to stop moving around. Okay.
I'm not going to stop, but I have decided I am retired from teaching.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a phenomenal career path that you
and
carved for yourself.
I absolutely loved it, and I still do. I still love it, but I'm busier than ever.
Isn't that funny? In retirement, you look at your days and how chocked they are with things to do, and you ask yourself, how was I able to run my life and work full time, and take care of a child, and take care of a house, and still do all these things?
Yes, and I don't know how I did it, but you are 100% correct. Since I've been retired, I have looked at the things that I do, or shall I say that I am. Mm-hmm. And it is amazing to me. I wrote a book.
I see that.
I wrote a book, Mommy, Why Is My Hair So Kinky? And it's written for parents who have stepped out and adopted an Afro-American child. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, my non-African American sisters don't know
how to do our hair.
Yes. And I'm sure you all know somebody who got an African American child or mixed, biracial child, and the hair is all over their head. So I have a book, Mommy, Why Is My Hair So Kinky? And the title came from children. Mm-hmm. They used to come to the school and they would ask, why is my hair so kinky?
Yeah.
And I would have to explain to the mother, explain to the child, the steps that they can do to help themselves to get their hair in order. And so I wrote the book. It's successful. I became I became an owner of a B&B.
Airbnb. A host. All right.
I am a host, and I want to add that I am in that range of being a superior host.
Ooh, well, what else for Rita? Come on now. We would expect nothing less.
Believe me, you work hard to get there to be a superior host for these Airbnb companies. But I do that. I became an ordained minister, which is my joy and passion. That's one of my passions. And I'm a notary.
Okay.
And so I can do wills and I can do notary for people. And I'm trying to think is that it?
Your hair replacement.
And yes, I am a hair replacement specialist. And I work with people who have alopecia.
Okay.
Yes, I replace hair for people who have alopecia and, want to do something different, not ready to go totally bald.
Gotcha.
And I mean, there's some gorgeous bald women in this world, but there are also women who are not ready to do that. And so those are the people that I work with. I replace their hair and give them some awesome styles. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, give them some awesome styles.
And when you are confronted, especially in our society as a woman, your hair is supposed to be your crown and glory.
Yes, it is.
It makes such a difference that you provide a service so these clients can have choice about how they look.
Yes, can have choice. That's a good way of putting it. I love that.
So, I want to roll the tape back some years because I happen to have had you in my life when you were about to get married.
Yes.
And I have to tell this part. Rita's wedding day and her birthday are the same day. Of course, it's an international holiday in case you didn't know. We all celebrate it for at least a month.
At least.
But can you tell us what happened that day when I was at the salon getting my hair done for your wedding? This is a crazy story, y'all.
Well, I got to the salon because I just wanted a little bit of touch up on my hair. And I was greeting all the people there that was getting ready to come to my wedding.
Right.
And we was having an awesome morning. And just as I was walking out the door to go to the church, so I heard this squealing. And I looked up, and a car was coming through the window. Unfortunately, what had happened was an elderly couple was in the car, and he was pressing the gas
Instead of the brakes.
instead of putting it in gear and backing up. He was pressing the gas going forward, and it came up over the curve into my window.
Yes.
The day of my wedding.
Hours before her wedding.
Right, hours. We're talking about like 3 hours before the wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just want you to know that the incredible person that Rita Robinson is, she has an army of people who love her.
Oh,
and
yes.
Everybody sprang into action.
Yes.
My husband called the board up company. Somebody else called the fire department to do some emergency checking things.
Yes.
As it turned out, you got to the church.
Yep.
On
Got
time.
to the church on time.
Yes.
I married an amazing man, Michael Robinson, and we were married 26 years before he went to live with God.
Yes.
And that was a rough time for me because I had such an amazing husband, and you knew him,
Yes.
Doug knew him. You guys, with the time that he was sick, was there. If you could say it any other word, you guys were there. And I can never thank you enough for what you did in my life and in Michael's life to make the life that he had better during that time.
It was
So
absolutely a privilege. He was, to coin a phrase, a prince among men. He just was a gentle and kind spirit.
Yes, he was.
And absolutely the cream in your coffee, girlfriend.
You can say that again. Yes, indeed. I have to say, I know what it is to love, and I know what it is to be loved.
And that is such a blessing.
I really
such
do.
An incredible
If
blessing.
it never happens again in life, I've experienced it through Michael Robinson. Yes.
And while we're on the subject of love, that takes us back around to the ministry part.
Yes.
Now, over the years, as if Rita didn't have enough stuff to do,
Right.
I have personally participated in many of these events. She has sponsored fundraising events for women who have been previously incarcerated or have gone through drug rehab programs to provide them with a day of beauty.
Yes.
They kind of had a queen for the day sort of deal. She's done so many empowerment seminars and so forth. So I'm going to let you talk about that because that is really, really incredible.
What I did, what was happening, I joined a ministry that allowed us to go to the jail here in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. We were allowed to come in and minister to those ladies. And what I found was so interesting to me, I don't know about anyone else, but to me, some of those young ladies that were locked up just made a wrong turn on their way to church. That's the best way I can say that.
Yes.
You know, some of those people belonged there, don't get me wrong, but then there were so many that didn't.
Just misguided.
They just was misguided, made a wrong turn, and they found themselves there. And it was unfortunate. But yes, we did several fundraisers. We had fundraisers for children whose parents were incarcerated, so that they could have Christmas.
Yes.
Then we did one, there's a home here in San Antonio that have women who have AIDS.
Yes.
And we actually gave them the
Glamour Day.
The Glamour Day.
Yes.
And we blessed them with all kinds of toiletries so that they can have stuff to get their pretty on.
Yes,
doing
personal
that
care items.
throughout
Yes.
the year. And so we've had some fundraisers. We've had conferences that I put together for women who wanted to be able to go to different places and different things, like have retreats and things. And we have women come out and minister to them and lift their spirits and just, hey. And it's weird because it's like nothing to me. It's
Right.
just what I do, what I love, what my passion is. And I was able to do that through ministry, and now I'm able to do it through my church, which is Compassion Church. One of the best churches in San Antonio. Adrian Compton is our pastor. And awesome pastor. I mean, just wonderful man. Kind of lets me do things and have my back when he needs to.
Right.
And but he's an amazing pastor. I love him so much, and he's been a very big part of my life since my husband died.
Yes.
And I give him all honor and praise because he deserves it. Yeah.
Well, I also want to touch on another little project that you initiated. When Rita got married, she had one of the biggest love fests I have ever attended. It was her bridal shower. So yeah, she's laughing because this thing was off the charts wonderful. It was indescribably just such a huge outpouring of love and support and excitement for her launching her life with her beloved. And at the shower, she got all these gifts.
Yes.
She got all kinds of gifts. And so take it from there on to Women of 12.
Okay. Well, first of all, I didn't even know I was having the shower. I always say I have the best friends in the entire world. And a few of the ladies got together and they just put it together and told me about it that night. Oh, I'm getting ready to go home. And they told me about it. You can't go home. You got to go with us.
Right.
And so come to find out, I ended up going to my own shower. As Cassandra said, I got wonderful gifts. Gifts that lasted me 10 years into the marriage. And but I was so overwhelmed by that, with such love for my friends and what I received from my friends. I kept saying, women should be showered at least once a year. And I do believe that. I believe that women should be showered their own little personal shower once a year. So I decided to start what was called Women of 12. That was a group of 12 ladies, including myself, that we would get together once a month, the last Saturday of every month, and we would shower one of the ladies. And she could request what she wanted, or she could just kind of tell us what she wanted, and we bought 11 gifts to her.
Right.
And what we would do is put the names in a bag, and the first month that you picked, that's the month that you're going to be showered. Then we put the month back into a bag, shook it up, and then picked again. And you couldn't pick the same month,
Right.
but that was the month that you had to host the shower.
Right.
And ladies and gentlemen, we had some wonderful, wonderful times. And our rules.
We had no redeeming social value. We were not required to discuss anything of a serious nature. It was just for us to get together.
That's right.
To eat, to drink, to have sisterhood.
That's exactly
to
right.
be silly. But the offshoot of that was a very tight sister network.
Yes.
So that when any one of us came against any of life's tragedies or difficult times, the other 11 women
Was
would
there.
circle the wagon.
That's right.
if somebody in your family passed away,
That's right.
just we'll tell you where to bring your people after the service.
That's right.
We take care of the food. We take care of the service. If somebody's in the hospital, we pick who's going to go do whatever. Cook
That's
meals
right.
for the family. This was such an incredible community
Yes.
of love.
Yes.
I can't describe it any other way.
Yeah, well, you described it beautifully because, you know, back to our rules, we didn't save the whales.
No.
And also we didn't have no dues.
No. We didn't have any bylaws.
No bylaws.
Show up.
All you did, you knew the last Saturday of the month, we got together.
And just could be free.
Yeah, couldn't be freer. You know, and it was just great. It was unbelievable. We didn't have no gossip.
No.
There was none of that. It was none of that. And we were able to call each other, and we were just there.
Yes.
Do you remember, as you well know now, Cassandra was part of the Women of 12.
Yes.
But do you remember when somebody heard about us in the city?
And they gave us an award.
They wanted to give us
a social service award.
Social service award. And I told the people, I said,
we don't do anything for the community.
We don't save no whales. We don't have no fundraisers. We don't do anything but be there for each other. And I remember the chairman of it saying, if you could take 12 women and build something like that with, sustain it, and have the kind of love and admiration for each other without killing each other, you guys deserve to be in the runner-up
Get an award
of these awards.
Right.
And we were going against two other people, and so we were so amazed. We went to the dinner, but believe me, I did not expect to win. We won.
Yes.
We won.
But I think that really speaks to the power of love.
Yeah.
And the impact of love. If we will just be intentional about practicing love, how it has enriched the lives of each one of the women who were ever a part of the group. Whenever we see each other now, it's as if no time has passed.
No time has passed.
We still have that same zeal and joy for being in one another's presence.
Yes.
And hopefully, what we really epitomized was just community.
Community.
The caring, the commune, coming together for mutual support, need, and purpose. So as we close out today's episode of Ageless Ambition, if you're interested in a copy of Mommy, Why Is My Hair So Kinky? If you need to reach out to Rita for hair replacement services, if you have suggestions or comments for the show, Rita's website is MrsRitaRobinson.com. I know that's real complicated. MrsRitaRobinson.com. And she certainly welcomes all of your comments, questions, and absolutely the support. Rita, I have to say, of all of the people that I have interviewed, this one is closest to my heart. Thank you for the privilege. So
sweet. Thank you for doing it. I appreciate it. In fact, when people was asking me to do this interview, they chose you. I had 3 people that know you, and they said, you know who would be good to interview you? Cassandra Small. And then when the next person said it, I was like, okay, I hear you. And then when the third person said it, I said, Cassandra's already doing it. She doesn't know it yet,
but she is doing it.
But she's doing it. I'm going to call her and let her know when we can set up and do it. And Cassandra, thank you so very much. And I look forward to you coming back if how this interview goes over I would love you to come back and complete it, because we don't want to hold people up. We know y'all got stuff to do, and we don't want to hold anyone up. But
I
thank
certainly
you.
will. And there's so much more to know. So please be looking for that next edition of Ageless Ambition.
Yes.
In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for coming, Cassandra.
Thank
I
you,
really
sweetheart.
appreciate you. So, what I like to always end with is encouraging you to go out and motivate someone else. Be a blessing to some other person in your life. It could be a friend, a family member, but go and motivate someone else. And keep in mind, what you are is your gift from God. What you become is your gift to Him. So go and live your very best life and stay relevant, okay? I look forward to the next interview. I look forward to the next Ageless Ambitions. And thank you for joining us today. Bye-bye.